Welcome to the Great Debate hosted by ASCBU. I'm Hannah Burnett.
And I'm Katrina Head. Tonight we are excited to be live streaming this event in conjunction with ASCBU.
If you're watching this at home or in the audience, make sure to join the discussion on social media and use the hashtag CBU Great Debate 15.
Before the show gets underway, let's talk to the current ASCBU Executive President, Trent Ward. Welcome, Trent.
Hello, Kat and Hannah, how are you?
Trent, tell us a little bit about this event. What do you hope to hear from the candidates?
Well, first of all, thank you for having us. Thank you, ASCBU, and thank you everybody here. Everybody tuning in, thanks for watching. We are extremely excited. I'm personally excited to hear from the candidates, what they have to say. I think we'll just get an overall really good feel for what they have for us. And, this is the first time we've done anything like this, so it's just really exciting to be partnering with ASCBU. We really have a great mix of candidates, people that are already in ASCBU, people coming from other areas of campus, so we're just excited for a nice mix.
All right, well, thank you, Trent, for joining us tonight. So this is how the debate will work. Each candidate will get 2 minutes to make an introduction. They will answer a couple questions. Each student will have the opportunity to rebuttal and make a closing statement.
Let's start off tonight's event with our first speech from Catherine Juarez. Juarez running for unopposed for the Vice President of Finances. Let's turn it over to Maria Leaf of WMAL in Washington, D.C., who is moderating our event.
Catherine Juarez is a junior accounting major and currently serving as a residential representative for ASCBU. Catherine, you're going to have 2 minutes for your opening remarks, and a bell will ring when your 2 minutes are up. Go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Katie. I am a junior accounting major, as you know, and I'm also running for VP of Finance this year. I am running unopposed, but that doesn't mean that I'm not taking this seriously, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity. So right now, I'm a residential representative at ASCBU, and this has helped me grow a lot just as a person, and it's helped me be a better student leader. And I think that I would be a great vice president of finance because I know how things run in ASCBU, and also I've been able to learn and train a little bit under the current VP of finance, which has been really helpful. So I can use things like that and also things that I've been learning as being an accounting major to be a good vice president of finance. So if I get this position, some of the things that I want to do, the first thing I want to do is make sure that the budget is being put to good use to make sure that it's going back to you students, and also that we just make your experience great here at CBU. That's something that's really important to me. And also, I just want to make sure that you students know what's going on campus. My first year here, I wasn't super involved, so I didn't know a lot of what was going on. So I just want to make students really aware of what's going on campus, what CBU is doing for you, and also what ASCBU is specifically doing for you all. And I know I have some stiff competition, but I just wanted to tell you what I'm planning on doing and why I think I'd make a good VP of Finance, and just thank you for coming, and yeah.
Okay, Catherine, you'll have 2 minutes to answer the following question. You just had talked about the budget, and that's what your question revolves around tonight. In terms of staying organized, how are you going to keep the budget balanced for ASCBU?
That's a great question. I'm just going to use what we've learned from the previous year, what worked well and what didn't work well, to see what can be learned from the previous year and what was good that we can do for this next year to try to make the budget as efficiently as possible.
Okay. And you have 1 minute for closing remarks.
Perfect. So I just wanted to say thank you guys all again for coming, and thank you for tuning in. And I just wanted to take this time just to just say that I know all the candidates personally, and they're all really great people, but I just hope that you pick someone, when you vote, pick someone who you think is going to do the best job, because that's really important. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Thanks, Catherine. Now we're going to go ahead and toss it back to Hannah and Katrina at the desk.
Thank you.
Sounds like Juarez offered some great qualifications. It seems like even though she's unopposed, it sounds like she's got her campaigning hard.
Yeah, she said she definitely has some stiff competition. But it's good to know that she's taking this seriously and that she plans on using the budget well to help inform students of what will be going on campus.
Yeah, it sounded like a standard learn from your mistakes approach to things, but I think it'll work well.
It's probably definitely a benefit that she's been on ASCBU before and knows how things run, and also has an inside look into how their budget is normally divvied out throughout the year.
I like how she mentioned that she wasn't involved her freshman year because it kind of shows where she's coming from on that.
Most definitely. Well, it looks like the executive vice president candidates are ready for the debate. Back to you, Maria.
Jordan Lakesbury and Jacob Graff are running for executive vice president. Jordan is a sophomore business major, and Jacob is a senior mechanical engineering major. You'll each have 2 minutes for opening remarks, and a bell will ring when your 2 minutes are up. And determined by a prior coin toss, Jordan, you will be speaking first.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much. Hi guys, my name is JP Lanksberry. I'm 19 years old. I'm currently a sophomore here at CBU. I'm a business major. And I'm running for the position of ASCBU Vice President because I believe that it is time for CBU to make a difference in how we promote the Word of God and how others view our campus. The primary way that I'll be doing that is through local outreaches. I know full well that our campus has not devoted our time into local outreaches because I personally have not seen any. And I don't know about you guys, but I think that is one of the most important things that we could be doing. I think we tend to forget that there are people in this city who do not know who God is. And they don't know that God is alive and well, and that He loves them. We find the need to go overseas and to other countries to go on mission trips, but the fact is that there are people in this town who need it just as well. And I think it is time for us as a CBU campus to start focusing on our city of Riverside and to make it evident that CBU is trying to make a difference in people's lives. Another reason why I want to be vice president is because I'm passionate about building community on this campus. This past semester, I've had the privilege of running a tribe here on campus alongside my roommate, Nick Worrell. And through that, we have been able to build community. We've drawn closer to God, and ultimately, we give all the glory to Him. And I really think that that is one of the most important things that we could be doing. And I don't want any of you guys to leave this campus without making a difference, because that is seriously one of the most important things we can be doing on this earth, because God has given us such a short time, and I don't want to waste a single second. And if given the vice presidency, that is something that I'll be given to you guys, and I'd love to serve for you. Thank you.
All right, Jacob, now you have 2 minutes for your opening remarks.
Thank you. Welcome, students. My name is Jacob Graff. I am currently a junior mechanical engineering student, enjoying my time at California Baptist University. I have previously served as high school student government chaplain and treasurer, as well as ASCBU residential representative this past year. These experiences have prepared me to better serve the students as vice president by exposing me to the inner workings of student government and showing me how to work with the team to get things done. I am running for vice president to be in a better position to provide more for the students. Currently, ASCBU's budget comes directly from student tuition. Therefore, my goal as vice president is to make sure that that money is being spent in the best way possible for the students, because the students' money is for the students. Thank you.
And Jordan, the first question is for you. You'll have 2 minutes to respond, and then after that, Jacob, you'll have 2 minutes for rebuttal, and then we'll go to the next question.
Absolutely.
So the first question for you. When working with the senators, how will you make sure that their voices and concerns are heard?
I'm going to absolutely make sure that the senators and voices are heard. And through that, I'm just going to make sure that everyone feels valued. I know that I'm going to be working alongside people who are confident and know what they're doing. And I'm just going to make sure that they don't feel like their opinions and ideas aren't as important. I think it's important for us to all be one, and that's one thing I'm going to be focused on, is making sure that everyone feels valued and not there isn't this like one person's in charge. I feel like everyone should be an equal part of what we're doing here.
Okay, perfect. And Jacob, you get your 2-minute rebuttal response.
Thank you. As vice president, I would be in charge of Senate meetings. I would like to run them as professionally as possible so that everyone gets a chance to be heard and present their ideas, and every idea gets a fair chance. I believe that currently serving as a Senate member has given me a good viewpoint of how to get things voiced and how the vice president can better be attentive to the Senate. I would also like to make sure that the Senate is a team and teammates work together, so everything works better as a team.
Okay. And for the next question, we're going to let Jacob answer first. And Jacob, just like before, you'll have 2 minutes to respond, and then Jordan will have 2 minutes to rebuttal. And your question, if elected, what are 2 of your priorities or goals, and how will you accomplish them?
So as vice president, I've already voiced my goal for giving the students their fair share of their tuition, because I know that it's very expensive to go to this school, and as our budget comes from some of your money, that we should be providing services and events that you guys appreciate. So I would like to hear more feedback from you guys to make sure that what we're doing for you is stuff that you want, as opposed to stuff that we think you want. So that would be one goal. My second goal is to help the students to serve both the campus, other students, faculty, and just the community around them. One of the mission statements of ASCBU is to help the students be able to serve everyone around them. So whether that's organizing service projects similar to Focus, or if that's just organizing a service project like ISP, I just want to make sure that everyone's being served by the students' money.
Absolutely. And Jacob, you have 2 minutes to respond.
Okay. Definitely one of my first goals is to build local outreaches. I know that I was just saying about that, but honestly, that is seriously such an important thing for us to be doing. I want to make it evident that the people around us can see that CBU is trying to make a difference in our society. I don't want to sit back and leave this campus in 2 years to think that I didn't make a difference in what I was doing here. And through local outreaches, we'll be able to serve our community. We'll be able to bring light to God and just like show people His love. That's really what I want to do as vice president. Another thing is that I want to involve you guys more. Mainly the commuters that come here. I feel like one of the problems is that they're not getting the college experience that they're looking for. I feel like the people who live here are definitely more involved, and I see that as a problem, and I think that it is important for us to all be in this together. Like I was saying, I don't want them to leave this campus and think that they didn't get a good college experience because they weren't able to afford living on campus. I definitely want to make them feel welcome and appreciated, and that's one thing that I'll be doing as VP.
Jordan, you do have the opportunity to rebut here if you'd like. Or not? Okay. Well, we can move on. Go ahead to closing remarks now. Each of you will get 1 minute for your closing remarks, and we'll start with Jordan.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay, I want to first thank all of you for coming here. I am so appreciated by you guys, and without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. I want to thank Jay at CBU for putting this event on, because it's so awesome for us to be able to voice our opinion publicly. I definitely want to thank my parents for supporting me and loving me through this entire journey. You guys are awesome. And ultimately, I want to thank God, because without Him, this would not be possible, and I'll thank Him for everything that He's given me. I definitely look at this VP position as an opportunity to serve you guys. That's what I really want to do. I'm so excited for bringing you guys those local outreaches, because I think it's going to benefit you guys so much in the end. And those are eternal things that you guys are going to appreciate when you stand next to the Father in heaven. And He's going to ask you what you did, and you're going to be able to say these things. And I think that's so important. I want to make sure that we are all also making a difference. I don't want people leaving this campus feeling like they weren't able to do that. And I want to thank you guys.
Okay. And Jacob, you get 1 minute now for your closing remarks.
Thank you guys all for coming. It's encouraging to see you all out here supporting ASCBU in these executive elections. I thank you for considering me to be your future ASCBU Vice President. I believe with my past student government experience and knowledge that I am qualified for this position, and hope that you believe that as well. Please feel free to approach me with any questions or concerns you may have now or in the future, and I look forward to serving you this coming year.
Thank you, Jordan and Jacob. We're going to now hand it back over to Hannah and Katrina at the desk.
If you're just tuning in, welcome to the Great Debate, hosted by Jay at CBU. We just heard from Jordan Lanksbury and Jacob Graff, who are both running for Executive Vice President.
We invite you to join the discussion on social media and use the hashtag CBU Great Debate 15.
Both candidates made some great points.
Definitely. It seemed like Jordan's kind of taking more of a service-minded approach, while Jacob seems like he's more business-oriented.
Yes,
I think both pose great qualities for the next vice president.
definitely.
Let's toss it back to the stage where we will next hear from the executive president debate.
McKenna Lamont and Nick Worrell are running for executive president. McKenna is a sophomore psychology and criminal justice double major. Nick is a sophomore Christian studies major. McKenna and Nick, you'll each have 2 minutes for opening remarks, and a bell will ring when your 2 minutes are up. And determined by a prior coin toss, McKenna, you will be speaking first.
Thank you. Hello, my fellow Lancers. My name is McKenna Lamont, and I desire to serve you as next year's ASCBU president. I've enjoyed serving all of you as this year's Director of Office Affairs and last year as a freshman representative. These past 2 years in ASCBU have prepared me and given me the necessary experience to fulfill the presidential role. I want to let you know that I understand the magnitude of this position. It is not simply a title, and this title does not automatically turn you into a leader. After working alongside our current president, Trent Ward, I have witnessed firsthand the dedication and discipline needed to be an effective president. I can assure you that I embody these qualities. I cannot express to you how much passion I have for the presidency. ASCBU has been very dear to my heart, and I would be honored to lead it. Next year, I will also explore the possibility of undertaking projects to improve campus life. I've taken note of student complaints and fully intend to address them. If elected, I will work with the administration to install automatic doors between the dining room and the ADC patio. I noticed that the students struggle opening the doors and think that's a great way to improve their campus life. I also noticed this past weekend at the APU game that there were about 80 students outside waiting to get in the game. I think that is unfair. As president, I will pursue ideas of broadcasting the game through simulcast on a large screen outside of the gym so that students may enjoy the game while at the tailgate party. I have appreciated the new direction Trent has taken ASCBU this year by sponsoring awareness events. The events such as 9/11 and Veterans Day have had a strong impact on students, and I plan to make these traditions here at CBU. Today I was disappointed to learn that someone took a lighter to one of my campaign posters. Throughout my day, many asked how I was going to retaliate. I simply responded, I'm not. As ASCBU president, my primary goal is to reflect Christ in everything I do. I'll exhibit stewardship and will lead with character, passion, and integrity. Thank you.
And Nick, now you have 2 minutes for your opening remarks.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nick Worrell. I'm currently a sophomore here at California Baptist University. I'm 19 years old, and I'm excited to be here with you guys this evening. I want to begin by sharing with you guys a little bit about myself and what I'm about. So first of all, I want to start with the fact that I work at Chick-fil-A here on campus. I'm willing to serve the student body. I'm willing to put on a maroon polo, black slacks, and 14-size shoe to get back there and serve you guys, because that's what I'm all about. This is a hat that I got in Kenya when I went there last summer. I'm now currently going to be going on an ISP trip again this summer. I'm passionate about the Lord's work. I'm passionate about ministry and making the name of Jesus known globally. This is a hat I got in Alaska. If I wouldn't have got this, my ears would have fallen off. And this hat signifies the fact that I'm an adventurous and creative individual that's ready to bring this next year to the next level and to incorporate you guys and your voices, because every single voice in this room matters, and I want to make that evident. And most importantly, I'm a CBU student here, and I'm going to continue to glorify the Lord in all that I do, and I want to continue to love the university because I love what it stands for. Matthew 28 is the Great Commission here, and we abide by that beautifully. So I want to be eager to listen, and I want to be genuine and real with one another. The three things that I want to mainly do in my presidency is be real with community and relationships with students. I want to bring forth new and exciting events. And lastly, make the name of Jesus known on and off campus through outreach opportunities. Thank you.
Okay. And McKenna, the first question is for you. You're going to have 2 minutes to respond, and after that, Nick, you'll have 2 minutes for rebuttal, and then we'll go to the next question. The first question, though, McKenna, if elected, what are 2 of the priorities or goals that you have, and how will you accomplish them?
All right, as mentioned, I'm really passionate about having those automatic doors inside the cafeteria. I know that students will greatly appreciate that, and I think part of the ASCBU mission statement is to create stability for years to come, and I believe that would really fulfill that part of our statement. Secondly, I would like to partner with clubs and organizations on campus and help co-sponsor them. For instance, on the 26th, we're going to be partnering with the Uprising Club on campus to raise awareness for Black History Month, and I think that's a really great opportunity for ASCBU to use their budget and partner with a club that does not have the same resources as we do. So I think those are two important things for next year.
Okay. Nick, you have 2 minutes for response to the public.
Thank you very much. I'm genuinely passionate about people and about opportunities to serve and be more focused in on what's going on with the community here at CBU. I'm ready to bring forth some new things to the table. I'm ready to create events and bring forth community in a way the school has not seen it just yet. I'm also very passionate about service opportunities on this campus and off campus. It's such a beautiful privilege to live here, and I want to encourage people off campus, even in Riverside, of how awesome the God is that we serve. So I'm just excited to see how this all plays out. I serve a God that is perfect, and I am imperfect, but regardless of how the election goes, that is not going to hinder me one bit from continuing to love people and serve people. And it's evident just from both of us standing here, we have a passion for you guys. We genuinely do love you guys, and we seek the best in you guys. And it's up to you guys to vote and see who you think would be the next president for the following year. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. And Nick, this question is yours. As before, you'll have 2 minutes to respond. McKenna, then you'll have 2 minutes for rebuttal. Nick, your question, what does being a leader mean to you, and how does that correlate with the role of being president?
I genuinely believe that to be a great leader is to be a servant. It's to look past your needs and to the needs of others. In 3rd grade, I was able to memorize a verse with my class. It's Philippians 2:3-5. And it says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility consider others better than yourselves. Each of you should look not to your own interests, but also to the interests of others. And your attitude should be the same as that of Christ Jesus." That's what I want my life to be composed of. I want to continue to serve and love people better daily. And I genuinely believe that leaders are individuals that are willing to get their knees and their elbows and dirt underneath their fingernails because they're willing to get the job done, and they're willing to put others' needs above their own to ultimately benefit the community and the group as a whole. So I believe that's what a leader is composed of. Thank you.
Okay, and McKenna, you have 2 minutes to respond.
I believe that leadership is not a position, but rather a lifestyle. And I have served under great leadership over the past couple years. And leaders are ones that will stay after the meeting to clean up. Leaders are the ones who will reach out to the other members of the team and see how they're doing. And I feel like I've had great examples in my life in that, and I will be that leader for ASCBU, for the Senate members, and for you guys as the student body. I'd like to propose a rebuttal for Nick's statement in the previous question regarding what amazing events that he has proposed. I'm very specific-minded, and I want you guys to know exactly what I plan to do, and I don't want to make it vague for you guys. I want you to know what I plan to do, what my goals are, and I'd appreciate your consideration.
Nick, would you care to respond to that?
Absolutely. To clarify some of the details that I think would be really awesome to share with you guys. For example, finals week can be very stressful for just about 100% of us. And I think it would be awesome to have a week and potentially label it Nervous Breakdown Week, okay? And it would compose of different events that would just help people kind of take off some steam from finals, even to some degree build community in that way to kind of then get back on your feet and continue to do well during finals. I look at the club fair that we have each semester to promote the different clubs and things that we have on campus. I think it would be really awesome if we were able to turn that into a type of parade that we have that goes through campus. And we have each member from different clubs
coordinating a different part of the parade, and there's music and people can come out, and it can then in a different way introduce some of the clubs on campus. I love food, so food will be incorporated into a lot of the events too. And yeah, so to clarify a few of the things that I'm thinking about, it would be those things.
Okay. We're now going to go ahead and move on to closing remarks. You'll each get 1 minute for your closing remarks. We're going to start with you, McKenna.
Alrighty. Lancers, I trust that you know who will be the most effective ASCBU president. Do not vote for an individual simply because they are your friend or well known. Vote for the individual that is dependable, driven, and devoted. I encourage you to set all of your biases aside. When you sit down in front of the ballot, ask yourself, who knows what they're doing? Am I voting for the person solely because I know them, or because I truly believe that they'll be the most qualified candidate? I hope you will pick the most competent candidate for this position. I appreciate you supporting ASCBU and coming out to this event. Thank you.
And you can proceed with your closing remarks.
Thank you very much. Folks, I genuinely see this as a vehicle to love and serve people. That's just what my heart is all about. That's what makes up my genetic material, if you will. And I want to create awesome events. I want to share the gospel with people that have not found hope found in Jesus Christ. That's just what I'm passionate about. That's what I love. And I want to thank all you guys for coming out tonight, for those viewing online also. I'm just excited to see how it all plays out, and I'm willing to put the work in. I'm willing to hear the voices of the student body, and I'm willing to do this wholeheartedly. And so I appreciate you guys coming out again. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, McKenna and Nick. We're going to toss it back now to Katrina and Hannah.
Thank you, Maria. That was Maria Leaf of WMAL Radio in Washington, D.C., moderating for tonight's event. If you've just joined us, we have just concluded the great debate hosted by Jay at CBU.
Tonight we have heard from ASCBU candidates for Executive President, Executive Vice President, and Vice President of Finances, specifically breaking down what the candidates for Executive President had to say. Well, I, for one, would love automatic doors at the CAF.
Yeah, I think most students struggle trying to get outside to the patio from inside the CAF without dropping their entire tray on somebody sitting at one of those tables by the door. That would be nice. Overall, both candidates really wanted to show how passionate they were about ASCBU and about these elections. But they both wanted to show it in different ways. Did you pick up on that?
Oh, absolutely. It seemed like McKenna wanted to create stability and really build a platform that could work for the rest of the candidates in years to come. While Nick was very interested in community and outreach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would definitely agree that Nick was very service-oriented, wanting to see students reach off campus. And McKenna also had that vision as a whole for students at CBU to reach out to Riverside, but with more specific measures.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was interesting. They're both sophomores, so that means that potentially they could each be around for the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And that could provide some stability for ASCBU.
Absolutely. Nick seems like he's very excited to jump in and serve the community while also glorifying the Lord, which is great. Mm-hmm. Love that.
Yes. And McKenna is also very enthusiastic and seems to have some very specific ways that she wants to see ASCBU affect this campus.
Absolutely.
All right, well, what do you think of your overall thoughts, all the candidates?
Oh, pick one right now?
No, service. Everyone seemed to have that service.
Absolutely,
yeah.
They all definitely seem like they're very eager to serve the student body in the best way possible, whether it be through business-minded efforts or community outreach. They all seem like they have a heart to really serve the student body.
All right. Well, let's bring in the current ASCBU president, Trent Ward, and get his opinion on this event. So, Trent, what are your initial thoughts from tonight?
Well, first of all, I'm still pretty excited that this has gone down. I think we heard pretty honest speeches from all the candidates. Obviously, the people that are serving in it now, they have a good understanding of the flow of ASCBU, whereas both JP and Nick coming in from the outside are going to have to learn quite a bit, which I don't see as a huge threat, but I see it as an opportunity. But there's pros and cons to both, to be honest. I mean, I think we heard some great stuff all around.
Definitely.
I think what I really liked about what Jake and McKenna said is they talked about the mission statement, and that's something that's near to me and the group right now that's in, is how can we work based around the mission statement, which is enable the voice of the student body, allowing it to be heard, enhance the student body experience, and provide stability for years to come. So I mean, we heard some project examples, some different ideas, and I think it's key to understand that. So what are your thoughts on how, I mean, we as ASCBU are student government, we're here to serve the students. There's offices for community life, there's offices for spiritual life. Student government is kind of, we kind of fill the void. We're the voice for the students. And I thought it was interesting, the community and spiritual aspect of it. You know, obviously we're a faith-based institution, but I think there needs to be a little more clarity from candidates as to, you know, are we a spiritual group that's our main thing, is to provide community? What are some of your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's a really good point to bring up. ASCBU seems like it's designed to serve the students, correct me if I'm wrong in this, by the way, while we also have a lot of other avenues that are designed to be community outreach. So in my opinion, while that's great, and I absolutely think we should direct some services that way, ASCBU seems like the unit that is supposed to serve the students more so.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the candidates were really focused on enabling students to not only thrive on this campus, but to reach out into the community. What's your reaction to that?
I think it's good. I think a lesson that I learned was we can't be community life. We can't be the Office of Spiritual Life. We need to be ASCBU, and we need to do what we're made to do, which is serve the students. And that, you know, that's a very wide breadth. We do a lot of different services. We do projects. We do events, social awareness events. So you have to find focus in the midst of providing a wide variety of services. So I think that's important, you know, having that focus, basing what you do off the mission statement, you know, going off the why, not the what we do, but the why we do it.
Yeah. I had a question for you actually. When McKenna rebutted Nick and kind of said, wait, what are your specific goals for the year? What was your take on that? Do you think that having those specific goals, actual things that you want to accomplish throughout the year, is beneficial?
Absolutely. That's probably been one of the biggest things I've learned, is how to effectively plan. And you know, I'm a very visionary type of person, kind of head in the clouds, but I've learned you really need to keep your feet on the ground and moving forward. And we invented this thing called leg day in ASCBU, where I'm sure other offices do it. It's not going to the gym and working out, but it's it's getting work done. It's making those phone calls, making those emails, doing a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, and that's what ASCBU is about, is serving behind the scenes.
We at CBU, or Jay at CBU, have leg day every day, walking up to the 3rd floor. So.
Yeah, we just have a long walk all the way out to Lancer Plaza, but I mean, there's a lot to learn once you get into the role. So it took me about a year to really learn what I was actually going to do and my plan. So I think we've seen some qualified individuals,
Yes.
some more than others, just based on past experience with ASCBU, because it takes a while to learn. But yeah, leg day is important.
All right.
Don't
well,
miss leg day.
Thank you, Trent, for giving some of your insider input to what it will require to be on the executive board. And thank you all for joining us for the great debate hosted by Jay at CBU. Please keep the conversation going on social media by using the hashtag CBU Great Debate. For Jay at CBU, I'm Hannah Burnett.
And I'm Katrina Head. Good night.